In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 college football games happening on September 3rd, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Houston versus UTSA. The 24th-ranked Houston Cougars will travel to the Alamodome on Saturday afternoon to take on the UTSA Roadrunners to open the season for both programs. The Cougars were 12-2 last season and defeated the Auburn Tigers in the Birmingham Bowl. The Roadrunners also finished last year 12-2 but lost to the San Diego State Aztecs in the Frisco Bowl. The Cougars are 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 versus CUSA and 18-8 in their last 26 on grass. The over is 6-2 in Houston's last 8 road games. Meanwhile, the Roadrunners are 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 in September and 8-3 against the spread in their last 11 at home. UTSA is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 overall. There is a reason why the Houston Cougars are a ranked program and the UTSA Roadrunners are not. The absence of running back Sincere McCormick for the Roadrunners is going to be a huge issue for their offense, while Alton McCaskill is still on the sideline to help the running back step up while he is rehabbing to potentially return during the season. These defenses are similar, and I trust the coaching staff of Houston more as well. The Cougars are poised for another big year in 2022. They're bringing back a healthy amount of impact players from last season. Sure, the team had their ups and downs on offense, but the extra experience should help iron out the kinks. QB Clayton Tune threw 39 scores last year and hit 68% of his passes. He should get a big boost from weapons like Nathaniel Dell and Keyshawn Carter. We'll have to see what the running backs and O-line will look like, but for now hopes are high for the Cougars. I believe that they'll start hot in this one. Expect this to be a close game, but the edge going to the Cougars. So the Houston Cougars to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Houston saw the over hit in 8 of their 14 games last season despite finishing in the top 20 in the nation in scoring defense. A lot of that was due to their explosive offensive attack, though they could be tested a bit by UTSA's defense. The Roadrunners were good defensively last season before getting lit up in the final 3 games of the year when they allowed a total of 114 points. UTSA went over the number in 8 of their 14 games, including each of their last 4. It's important to note that the Roadrunners gave up 4 of their 5 highest point totals of the season in those last 4 games. Having 2 veteran quarterbacks should give the offenses a bit of an advantage heading into the season opener and have the adrenaline to continue moving the chains. Neither quarterback turns the ball over much, so points on the board are still there. These offenses should be able to go for it on 4th down as they each have their starting kicker from a year ago no longer on the roster and will play an up-tempo brand of football. Plus, the over has hit in 6 of the last 8 Cougars road games as well as in each of the previous 4 Roadrunners games. With that said, the potential for big point totals for both sides is there. This game could be a shootout that ends with both teams in the 30s. This will be an offensive bonanza. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oregon versus Georgia. The college football season is finally underway, and there is a great battle in Atlanta, Georgia on Saturday when the Pac-12 seconds Oregon Ducks take on the South Naster Conference's Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia enters this contest as a decisive favorite, which is not surprising considering that the Bulldogs are expected to compete for the national championship again this season. Oregon finished 10-4 last season, ranked number 22 in the country. The Ducks were 7-0 at home but went just 3-2 on the road. Georgia finished the season 14-1, beating Alabama in the title game, 33-18. This is a club that is still expected to put up another title run under head coach Kirby Smart. Giving Oregon 2 touchdowns and a field goal seems ridiculous at first glance. Oregon has a lot of new folks in the program, and it might need some time for fine-tuning, but not 17 points worth with the UG offense. Georgia has just 3 returning starters on defense. There's always a bit of a championship hangover, and the Dogs, while talented, will tend to believe their own hype. This is an even bigger game for Oregon, which wants to make their mark on national TV. Bo Nix is fully aware of the Georgia defense in terms of scheme from his days at Auburn. The Ducks are one of the few teams who have the speed to hang with an elite SEC team. So Oregon to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Dan Lanning and Kirby Smart created a monster defense in 2021 that devoured everyone on the path to Indianapolis. Both those men are in this game, but with different color golf shirts. Lanning has had the offseason to put a whole heap of lipstick on the 53rd best defense from 2021, while Kirby Smart returns the second best defense. Both teams are built on defense. Georgia is clearly the better offensive club, but they are going to have some struggles against this very good Oregon defensive line. And this may be the best front seven that the Bulldogs will see this season. That is going to limit the effectiveness of the offense, especially early in this contest. For Oregon, the best thing that they can do to win this game is to slow down that Georgia offense by keeping them off the field. That means running the ball as much as they can behind that very talented offensive line. That keeps the score lower, as I see a 24-10 type final score. Plus the under is also 8-3 in Bulldogs' last 11 games overall. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. North Dakota versus Nebraska. The North Dakota Fighting Hawks and the Nebraska Cornhuskers meet in a Week 1 college football matchup from Nebraska Memorial Stadium on Saturday afternoon. North Dakota is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games in September and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall, while the under is 5-0 in their last 5 games against a team with a losing record. Nebraska is 10-21 against the spread in their last 31 home games and 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games overall, while the under is 8-2 in their last 10 non-conference games. Nebraska just can't get out of its own way. After losing numerous one-score games last year, the Cornhuskers blew a double-digit lead in their Week 0 loss to Northwestern over in Dublin, Ireland. Now, Scott Frost's team will try to right the ship in this matchup against FCS squad North Dakota. Making a pick in this game has as much to do with Nebraska's mindset and mental strength as their talent advantage over a softer opponent. The Huskers are favored by at least 3 touchdowns for a reason and should win easily. That is, if the team and coaching staff can put last week behind them. For most of last Saturday's loss, the Nebraska offense looked good, with QB Casey Thompson running Mark Whipple's scheme smoothly. At their best, the Cornhuskers could have one of the top attacks in the Big Ten with Whipple in town and several talented transfers on offense. Maybe they struggle down the line against better conference defenses, but North Dakota's D won't have much success this week. There's a big talent disparity, and Nebraska can get out to a big lead with a faster-paced offense and more playmakers than in years past. Meanwhile, UND is retooling on defense from last season while being undersized and inexperienced. The only question is if Nebraska's defense can hold a big lead instead of blowing it like last week. Luckily, the North Dakota offense isn't that dangerous after ranking 73rd in the FCS and scoring a year ago. Losing talented running back Otiswe in the offseason hurts, and the Fighting Hawks may end up relying too much on the pass. Hopefully, a late score doesn't burn us, but Nebraska should win this one easily in a get-right game at home. So Nebraska to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Outside of a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the second half, we can't blame the Nebraska offense too much for last week's loss to Northwestern. For the most part, the Cornhuskers' attack looked dangerous as Texas transfer QB Casey Thompson looked good running new OC Mark Whipple's offense. Thompson is quickly developing a rapport with talented transfer receivers Trey Palmer and Isaiah Garcia Castenda. Plus, the Huskers' ground game showed flashes with exciting transfer Anthony Grant leading the way. Overall, we shouldn't be worried about the Nebraska offense having success in this matchup against an FCS defense like North Dakota. The Fighting Hawks only return a handful of starters on the defensive side of the ball while being inexperienced and smaller compared to what Northwestern brought to the table a week ago. Outside of the pure talent advantage, we have to consider how Nebraska should be motivated to come out aggressively offensively and put up a ton of points to avenge its disappointing loss in the opener. When it comes to how many total points to expect in this game, it ultimately depends on how much North Dakota can contribute. The Fighting Hawks bring back their starting QB and a few top pass catchers from last year, but they are now without lead rusher Otiswe. That may lead to the attack being more pass-centric to begin the year. Meanwhile, Nebraska just gave up 528 total yards and 31 points to Northwestern last week and still has some things to fix on defense. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.